Okay, let's talk about taking the actual seat out. First of all, you will see these tracks here. Now, well, the way this works is, here's what these covers. Normally these things will be covered by these plastic panels. And you can see how these things go together. And the way these things install is, you take this little loopy loop here and you slide it over the bolt, and then you snap this front piece down in here, and then it lays flat. So to get this out, to get to the bolt, to take the wheel out, you actually have to take a super tiny screwdriver and pop this panel up. So you have to get in here. I'm not going to snap mine down, but the game is, you have to snap this guy up, and then it will come forward off of the rod. Okay, and you'll notice that the rear ones are a little bigger than the front ones, but that's how these suckers work. And then once you get in there, you will see the actual bolt that you need to loosen the seat. So that's how that piece works. Next, you have to take out the stowage tray, which is right here, and you can see the stowage tray. These are the edges of the stowage tray. And what you have to do is, there is a screw in here, and let me see if I can find it. Come on, camera work. Okay, right here. I put the screw back in, okay? And to get to that screw, here is the actual stowage tray itself, and you can see that it has holes in it. And you get to that screw through one of these holes. So once you unscrew it, the whole thing comes out. Now, the stowage tray is not held in there by any screws or anything. It's strictly a kind of a, a press fit. So what you have to do is, you have to get a screwdriver in between the two, and you have to pry and pop this thing out after you take the screw out. And the same thing is true of the actual cover that goes on. Again, no screws. That's strictly held on by a just by size. And what happens is, you just simply pop it out without taking any screws out. You just have to get some leverage with a screwdriver, and the whole thing comes apart. But do stay aware that there is a screw in there that you have to do. Okay, that's the stowage tray. Don't break these. Everything costs money on these stupid cars. Now, oh, by the way, you can't get these things out until you actually loosen the screw, lift the seat up, and then these will slide off. Until you actually take that screw out and lift the seat, I don't think these plastic things come off. So don't try to get them off. You'll just break them. Okay? Now the next thing is, underneath here, you will see, I can't get anything. There it is. So this here is the wiring loom that you have to get off. Now notice that it has diagonal stripes on it, kind of goes from lower left to upper right. The reason is because this thing actually is designed to slide forward. Yeah, there it is. So you can see this wiring loom here, this plug. And what you have to do is, you have to get a screwdriver in there where I'm pointing, and it actually slides. So I don't know if I can do this. Take a look. Take a look at where my screwdriver is, and then watch this. Do you see it sliding side to side? I don't know how well you can see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it back. Okay. Okay. So I took out the 4 bolts that went in there. The seat is now cocked back. Please excuse the mess. That's an opportunity for me to clean up. And if we go under here, we see this slider switch, which we've discussed in too much detail already. And we also see this yellow guy here. We're going to figure out how to take that off. And then we still have this camera angle. This guy, which does attach to the seat itself. So we're gonna work on that. Anyway, that's the state of the art so far. And let me see now. See how these just now slide right out? How cool is that? And then while I've got it out, I might grind some of the rust off this because it just looks like hell. But probably not. I probably won't do it. Maybe I will. We'll find out. Okay, so this guy is a problem. Okay, now this yellow guy here actually slides forward. It slides forward off this rail. So you can see that there's a track there, and see if I can get a picture of it. Okay, so this is the rail, and this guy slides from the front onto that rail, like that. And then you slide it forward, and it slides off. Now, the key is that the catch is in here, and you need to push this to the side to get this whole fixture to release. Okay, so that's how that little piece of wonderful works. Okay, now we'll try and get the two pieces apart. On the side here, you'll see a little window here and a little window here, and you push in here, and these two guys come apart. Okay, so you're going to push in here after you brought it off that mechanism, and then these two things will come apart. And I'll try to show you. There they are, and there they go. Okay, so this here is how it locks in. This little barb here. Okay, and then it goes into this piece here, and let's see, And here is the window where that little barb sticks out. Okay? So there we go. Okay, now I didn't show you very good how I got these, how I got the power out, but I'm now gonna be able to show you again. And remembering that, okay, so I'm gonna put here, screwdriver there, and I'm gonna twist, and you can see that this retainer comes over. Whoa, okay. So then it just comes out, as you can see. And here is one side, here's the inside, and there's what it looks like. And to reattach, you just push it on and slide. Okay. The final thing that we have to look at is this little air connector, okay? These are tricky to disconnect. I'll see if I can give you some coaching on that. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can't see any of this, but what I'm going to do, there are actually 4 clovers on this. I'm going to jam a screwdriver into the first one, not too far, but enough to get its attention. Then I'm going to take a second screwdriver and stick it in. Okay, finally, okay, next we have to disconnect this connector here, and I really don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but like everything else, I will. So you'll notice what I did was push the seat all the way forward so the back of it's up, and then we can get under here to get to the last thing that we need, which is right here. This guy here that connects like that. And this connector needs to be undone. So that'll be the next job. Now, the way that I plan to attack this is to get a big screwdriver, not a little guy like this, and actually just pry this up to get this to come off. I might even get it now. Yep, there it is. So that just snaps off. And understand that this is springy metal, and it will just spring right back into place. At least that's what I hope will happen. So I just snapped that right off, and I think that'll snap right back on. I hope I'm not wrong. And these here, these are not bolts. They're not screws. They're not anything. They're just round metal. And there's nothing you can take apart. So I think what I did is the right way to do it. Well, I said it was the last thing, but if you notice, the seatbelt has to come off in order to get the seat out of the car. So that's going to be the next job. Well, that was easy. I just got my fingernails in there and started pulling, and the whole thing just came off. As you can see, there's nothing but plastic tabs holding the stupid thing in, and nothing but holes here. And then that exposes an amazing amount of dirt, but hey, you know. And then we'll go ahead and pull that bolt out. Maybe we're done? I don't know. Anyway, there's the part. Okay, so I'm using a T45. It's already been loosened. And out comes the seat belt in question. That's a long bolt. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, I think it's finally time to take this stupid seat out. To get ready for that, my my guess is we're going to take it out the back door, back seat, because it is bigger. I moved the passenger seat all the way up and all the way forward to get more room, put up the center console, and took off the headrest. Now, my concern is that it might be too wide here to get all the way back through. So we will see if that's true. Now, the problem is that we did disconnect the power, so I can no longer make the seat go up and down and back and forward and everything, which is, you know, I may have to reconnect the power in order to do some seat yoga and get it out of there. I'm going to do a far away shot, and you can watch me struggle with the seat and swear. Okay. First, let's see if it'll come forward, come all the way out, or come through. Well, it looks like it will come through. That's good. Oh, I also took this piece off on the passenger side so it doesn't get damaged in the rough housing. Well, that was pretty slick. So now it's sitting in the back seat, and as you can see, we are completely clear of the front seat. Yay! I think that's progress. Let's keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, you're about to get shots of nothing but my butt. I'm also terrified of wrecking the upholstery with these seat rails. So I'm doing my best to keep the seat rails out of the way. Or in the air anyway. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. I hereby declare victory. And I did not destroy the lovely leather in the back. And you can see all the crazy dirt in there, which I now get to clean up. But that's fine. And just as a recap, the only thing left in the car is this cable, the Bowden cable, this yellow connector, this guy, the big connector, and the air piece.